for about 20 seconds and I had no idea what I was doing. Okay, I'm live. Hi. So, right, we're just hanging out in my living room. This is my living room. First of all, we're going to meet Lil. Hi, Lil. That's my cat. That's Lil. Some of us might remember that she was ill at the beginning of July, but she's bouncing back, doing better than ever. And looks like Rome Dog's in chat. Rome Dog, yes. Okay, so I've just decided that I'm just gonna start here in my living room, and we're gonna just look at my posters and my cool stuff on the wall, and my cool cat, and yeah. So this is my first live stream ever. I've been on the internet, like in chat rooms and such, since I was like 7, with like Spice Girl chat rooms and such. So like the idea of just like having a live stream to just like talk to people, what a good idea. I'm like such a fan. But this is my first live stream. I've been heavily inspired by my friends and people that I watch just to start streaming and just start doing it, just jump right into the pool. Here I am. I definitely, yeah, Ginger Spice was one of my favorites too. Some good times. Oh man, I remember when their second album came out, you couldn't stop me on the playground from trying to be a Spice Girl. Okay, so I came up with a little blurb um, because I wanted to do. I don't know if anyone's heard my podcast, Kate's Plate podcast, which I don't really update much anymore. I kind of just went with the name because I thought it was kind of ironic. Everybody has a podcast, and it's going to get you more attention if I just be like, well, I put pictures of food on the internet and movie reviews. So I was like, well, why don't I just name it a podcast and just go from there? And when I started my podcast and when I started my IG channel, it was a really special moment for me. I was dealing with a celebrity loss and I didn't know where to put all my feelings. And so I wanted to put them into being creative and doing something for others. And I'm really glad that I've done that. I've been doing that for about 4 years now. And it's been really therapeutic. It's really nice to just give back. And within this last year, I've finally been able to share some of my lyrics and poetry and writings with others. I didn't even share much with my own family, my own husband. So it's been really nice to just be able to just open up a little bit more and just, I I'm very well in my late 30s. I have many years behind me that have many stories to tell, and I want to share that before my time is up. And we really don't know when our time is up, right? We just, we just get to live on this ride. So this is what I came up with, a blurb. Again, let's just see how this goes. Hello, welcome to Kate's Plate Live. Up to 15 minutes of talk, chat, good news, all of that. Thank you for joining the stream. It's good to see you. So far, so good, right? Okay. Doing great. So, if anyone's new here, jumping into the stream, my name is Kate. You may know me from the Stowe Show with Rome Dog as the main moderator. I found that live stream months ago, just flipping through YouTube, just looking for something to watch as I was falling asleep, and I found it, and it was so intriguing. These people are so real, and this place is, it is very, it was like 3 or 4 when I found it, so it was very much in the morning, in the AM, and, not for nothing, like, in my early 20s, like, I had my own, like, little bar karaoke life. Like, I used to go to gas stations after where I was heading to or where I was supposed to be, like, that stuff is real. Those people are real people. And when you watch them and you listen to their stories, like it really makes you think about like how blessed some of us are compared to others, what we take for granted on a day-to-day basis where other people is that's what, they that's how they live and that's how they have their livelihood. So watching it for a few hours, I just was like, wow, like this is like a really impactful way to tell people stories. And then I just kept watching it and watching it. And then one day I got mouthy in chat, as I'm wanting to do. And somehow I got like timed out. But then in the same night, I got put as a moderator, which is awesome. So like that's kind of like a very basic story of like the inspiration of like how I wanted to get here. Because after watching the store and watching the people who moderate the store, and just how they live stream and how they spend their time, just putting themselves out into the universe. Like, I think for a long time for me, I was like really hesitant to do that. But again, like, I came up with this phrase a couple of years ago, and I think it really holds still. I'm not getting any younger, so I have to start getting braver. And I'm really proud about that. That's something that has really moved me forward to success, personal, financial, being back into a workforce. It's been really good. Some of you might know me from my Kate's Plate podcast, IG, where I put my food pictures and my movie reviews. You may know me from the movie Trivia Schmodown world. Rest in peace. Those were some good times. And however and wherever you got to know me and whatever brought you to this live stream, I'm so happy that you're joining me. I'm so happy for your company. Again, I'm Kate. I live in Indiana. I'm in my late 30s. I'm very happily married. I have 2 cats. We saw Lil earlier, and then I have Gabby, my little orange tabby. I have a very blessed life. I am now working at a very good job. I've been there for about a month. I'm very, very happy to be there. It's not always the easiest thing for me to wake up and do a 9 to 5, but I am successful at it so far. Knock on wood. I think because I really want to be there and I really want to be doing the work that I do. Location is everything. Timing, location, all those things really have, they just circle around each other. And when they meet and they can cross paths, it means, for me at least, it's been a really good place to be. I've always been creative. I've been singing since I was 4. I was in children's choirs and I was in adult choirs, and I was the lead singer of my church choir once. And singing is a big deal to me. It's been something that has been in my life for so long. And when I was a teenager, I kind of rebelled against it, but I came back to my center and figured out that, that's one of my favorite hobbies and something that I love to do. And I don't do it as much as I want to. And one day I might do it here, but this is my first little baby step into this arena, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, like I said before, this is my first live stream, so everybody here is witnessing history. So you can put that on your resume if you want. I was really inspired by the people I've been watching lately. Some of my favorite podcasts. I've loved Fat Man Beyond. It was called Fat Man on Batman. Kevin Smith, Mark Bernardin, talking about pop culture and comic news, and whenever they're on, I can't miss a beat of that. And I really enjoy other entertainment movie news streams, the Christian Harloff stream, and most of the people associated with him I really enjoy. I watch them on a daily basis, and that's always just like a real comfort for me. I really just like having something on the background and listening to. I came up with my dad listening to talk radio in his truck always. Whenever we were in his truck, like he didn't really listen to music. We would always listen to talk radio, and I was always like intrigued about what they were talking about, even though if I wasn't like politically on the same side, it was still just like a medium that I loved to listen to. And then my brother, he's a bit older than me, but when he was in high school, he was a part of the radio department in high school, and he introduced some new country music, if the legend holds, to the radio station. And he was like at the forefront of like wanting to be like a DJ or like somebody on the radio. Like his job is also is telecommunication, so he's not exactly too far off of what he wanted. But I've always really wanted to be in like an audio podcast radio type of world. Like that would be like such a hobby for me to start. And in 2021, when I started my podcast, I just kind of jumped right in, and I I had a couple of episodes planned out, but then it was kind of like whatever I kind of felt it at the moment. But the thing about that is that it was really hard for me to find a good place to update my audio. I could only find like places for free that would keep me at like cap me about 10 minutes. And I really there it was fun while it lasted, but I there wasn't a lot more that I could push with that. So being able to live stream and just like talk to you guys and reach out to you this way, I think I'm really excited for this because this is a total new medium for me. But it's also still an audio medium, and that's somewhere I can still put my podcast. I love to cook. I love to write. I've been writing songs so much this year. I've been able to hear my songs in production finally for the first time. Using some AI production equipment. However, I would have never heard any of my songs that way without it. So for me, I was really hesitant to use AI. But now that I have, it's been like it's a gateway for me to be able to hear the production of lyrics that I've held on for quite a long time and be able to produce them. And I produce them with Jeff, my husband, and it's a really nice hobby that we have. We can go over lyrics together and like talk about it, and yeah. So I really just wanted to just take some steps out in technology and the best way that I know how. And I am an extremely like open, loving person, but I'm not a doormat. No one walks over me, honey. For my live streams and things going forward, like I want to keep it extremely positive. We want to have fun. We want to be able to talk about things that are on our mind, but also be respectful of everybody's opinions. I grew up in a very more conservative place in the country, but my family was always extremely blue collar, and that was representative by their Democrat thinking. And I used to be extremely into politics and lean extremely a certain way. And I don't know if it's just the truth or it's just everybody is different. But right now, I just want the best for my family, the best for the people around me, the best for my friends. I don't really think about it that much anymore, because the people who do think about it, unfortunately, don't pay my bills and they don't pay my taxes. They don't come in and clean my house. When you're younger, you have like a lot of ideals that you like strive for and you want to put out into the world. But then you also realize that the world's a very complicated, layered place. How do you figure those things out? So for me, it's just important to enjoy what you love. And while we're here, love what you love, have what you can, take care of who you can take care of, and just enjoy all the little moments that last and all the little moments that add up to a big life. So yeah, I decided I wanted to go on for 15 minutes and we're about 13 now. Everyone who told me that I was going to go on longer, you guys were obviously right because I really enjoy this. I know I've been talking a lot, but if anyone in chat has any questions, concerns, anything, please let me know. I'll be here for a couple more moments. I want to show you some more things in my wall on my walls. So we've been looking at my Nightcrawler poster. I got that when I was working at the movie theater. Obsessed. It's a really good movie too. To my left is some of my art from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. They make art from different verses of the Bible. And I have a couple of pieces of their art. They're fantastic. That's my cat tree. And then that's my TV. And then above my TV there is a painting that we got when we moved. And we just kind of hung it up in the same position ever since we got here. And we just love it. It reminds me of Jeff, just cool, calm, collective. Oh, and that video that we're watching right there, it's not the same video that I fell in love with, but I love vaporwave music, and I always like having a little bit in the background just of my home. So I'll put this sucker on for days at a time when it's available. They hide the stream sometimes. I'm not sure why, if it's the music that's copyrighted. That's why I have it on mute right now. I see you're trying to get Maw game. I will get you. Oh, that's my litter box. Wonderful. That's my Stranger Things poster. Stranger Things is my everything. If everyone has to have a Star Wars or Star Trek out there, it's Stranger Things for me. And then that's a little bit of my patio. It's real sunny, all west-facing windows. It gets real hot in here sometimes. Ooh, and then a little bit blurry. And then there's my beautiful. Oh, it's a Christmas cactus, but it will bloom in November. It really kind of depends on how the weather is. Yeah, Mike, hi. I put it as unlisted. I didn't want everyone else to jump in. Again, still trying to figure out the ins and outs of this, but I'm really just proud of myself that I have figured out how to get live. Oop, we're blurry again. Okay, there's back to, oh, and that's a love seat. Yep. We took that back from Fort Wayne when we moved here. Jeff and I used to scurry away in his mom's living room and exchange Christmas presents there together. So when we moved, it was at the top of our list to have. It's a really nice hand-me-down. Well, this has been awesome. Let me go ahead and figure out how to... Here we go. Yeah. I'm going to make you that. And then, Mike, thank you for hopping in. Really good to see you, man. So far, so good. I'm having a great time. Had a really good day. Slept in. I've been waking up at 6:30 Monday through Fridays lately, and that is just not my normal jam. But I've been doing it, so when I can sleep in, I'll just take as much sleep as I can. Thanks, Mike. I just decided to hang out in my living room today and just kind of hang out with the sunlight and all of our cool stuff. Lil's here. Let me move my foot. I'll let you see my kitty Lil. There's Lil. The reason her stomach is kind of bare is when she was in the pet ER, they had to shave her to do some x-rays. But I would say her paw hair is coming in pretty good. We do medicine time every night, every other night. It kind of really just depends on how she's feeling. It's one of those things, like, we want to make sure she's taken care of, but she hates it so much I can't put her through it every single day. And as long as the medicine is working and she's up and vibrant and everything, we're okay with that. There's my little bird, just hanging out in the sun. I thought Gabby would hang out with us for a little bit. I don't really know where he is. They've been playing a little bit more than usual, which is good. When she got back from the pet ER, Gabby just kind of laid off for a while, just because, like, Gabby could tell that she just wasn't feeling that great. Oh, Gabby's over here. If I move my Febreze, you might be able to see him. Hey, say hi. Psst, psst. Hello, say hello, Internet. The first time he has nothing to say. Oh, there we go. That's what I thought. Anything else? Every morning. Every morning. Just wake up, Mom. Mom, it's a brand new day. Look at the sun outside. Can't wait to see it. Mom, wake up. Where's food? Where's water? Mom, what you doing? Let me sit on top of your shoulder while you're sleeping. That happened recently. And I felt it because I was, like, halfway awake, halfway asleep, and he just, like, rolled over onto my chest and then basically almost rolled off the bed. If I hadn't had, like, my arm in the right place, he would have just, like, fumbled off. But psst, psst, psst. Gabbers. Yeah, one of the best things about my kitties, they are Halloween colors, but they don't know it. Okay, let me give you just a little bit of a tour of my living room, and then I think this is the end of my first live stream. This has been great. It's been a really good time. I talk a lot, but that's okay. That's what I do for my job. Communication through Hydration Nation. Am I right? So that's my Stranger Things poster. Obsessed. So I got this poster in 2019 after season 3 premiered. No spoils or anything, but they are ending after 5 seasons, and so the fact that this has 5 little tendrils or whatever, that gives me pretty hyped. That was a good just kind of guess, you know. And here, I got this after a birthday, and I like just keeping it next to my patio, just because it's beautiful. A little bit of my patio outside. I live next to a pond. We get to see little duck families, geese families. Here, teenage geese, teenage ducks. Again, this is my Christmas cactus. It blooms in November. It really depends on the weather. I keep the kitties out of it, though. It's hard to have houseplants and cats, but, you know, if you can do it, you can do it right. There's a red blanket with a pillow. Comfort is number 1 in my home. Pillows and blankets for everybody. And then it wouldn't be a Midwest home without some kind of love, blessed, laugh, love, blessing, love, whatever. I really got it because of the V in the middle, which is the beginning of my last name. So I'm not that basic. I also just like wood stuff. Wood. Wood. Okay, and then here's Bob. We've had Bob, this hand-me-down from one of Jeff's older brothers. It's been 22 minutes. You guys were right. 15 minutes was not enough. And I thought 10 minutes I would be like, I don't know what to talk about. There's Will the Wise. Some more Stranger Things. I've had that little fake jade Buddha for a while now. Good times. There's a store called Nirvana at my mall when I was a teenager. And since I love Nirvana, I was like, okay, let's hop right in. Just some more cool stuff. I used to really be into like knickknacks, paddywhacks, that kind of stuff, antiquing. Now I'm just like, the less materialistic I am, the better. And then we have a friend, a little moth hanging out. This moth does not belong here, and I hope that she or he escapes, most likely she, before one of our spider friends decides to find her. And then this, way up top. Woo, can't get to it. Oh, hi. There's my office. Bought that on our honeymoon. They are our wedding colors and tulips. And since we went to Holland, Michigan for our honeymoon, pink and yellow and orange tulips. Okay. Thank you for have good energy. I've always wanted to try this. I just have never been able to, I don't know, just hit the ground running. But everybody's inspiration and watching y'all just do it just kind of made me feel like, hey, why not? All right. Oh my gosh, it's almost been 25 minutes. And this is me not even having much to say. Imagine if I had something to say or like a point of view about an opinion. Whew. Be good times. Art. Heck yeah. Mike does have tulips, doesn't he? He's got tulips and an organ to throw them, I guess. I can't. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? This has been awesome, you guys. I'm so... It's just, like, nice just to, like, talk to y'all. Y'all hear my voice and everything, my cute little Hoosier accent. I didn't even know I had somewhat of an accent till the first time I went to New York City. And I turned to my mom, I was like, Mom, we sound like Hicks. Oh, good times, good times. All right. I think this is it, guys. Who else is coming in? I don't know. I'm excited though. Oh no, dead air. Uh-oh, what am I supposed to do? Da 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 da. I would play the music from this video, but I don't know how copyrights work, and I also don't know if this is copyright music because this stream goes in and out constantly because of copyrights and stuff, and I've heard that YouTube is like a real bear about it. We're banning people already? That's awesome. I love that. You know, it's like one thing to have everybody like be like, "Oh my gosh, Kate, she's so cool." I want to have people be like, "I don't know." I want to be not so like controversial, but just like, I want to be in a pocket for people. That's how I feel the store is. Like I would love to share the store with more people, but it's like it's for a particular group of people, and like you don't want to introduce the wrong energy into that. So ban if that's the plan, man. Oh man. Yeah, no. Right? She can come in. She's cool. It's been really cool to like hang out with the ladies of the Rome Dog community and the Mike community and everything. Um I watched Rihanna do a little bit of her food video for her tater tot casserole. That was cool. Again, just more inspiration. Just like watching people that I look up to, people that I watch myself just do this more and more. I just was like, you know what? Let's just like crack right in. Let's just see what happens. It's just cool to be cool. Like like I said, like I had a really good Friday. I had my hair cut and I did some like girly frou-frou things, and like I'm not super girly, but I'm not either. But it's nice just to be in a community where it's just like appealing to both. And like someone like Rihanna who does beautiful makeup and she does beautiful work with like her face and knowing how to use the makeup well. Like that's just really cool to see someone just be like down to clown like that. I think it's important too to have in a community. And I think that's the number one thing that we want to keep doing here with the store community or Rome's community is everybody just interacting so we can all just hop in and say hi to each other. That's what is the major drive for a lot of these really successful YouTube communities is community. All right. All right. Did I come back? It said that I like left for like 2 seconds. I didn't even know I did because I was like first lag. Woo! Yeah, I was talking some mad like really good like jargon out there about algorithms and YouTube communities and stuff. But just basically, just seeing Rome and seeing Mike and seeing Rihanna, everybody in the store community contribute to their own pages to keep our community going is something that I want to do. And that's something that I decided over the weekend. I was just like, it's time, man. I'm really happy to do this. I have 4 people in here and 2 likes. That's awesome. Go ahead and double tap the screen, like, share, and subscribe. Maybe not so much share because this is unlisted. Maybe I will go public with this, however. But if you haven't checked out my Instagram page, please do. Kate's Plate Podcast. I put movie reviews up there. I've been using HelloFresh meal kits for over 5 years now. I like to take pictures of the meals that I make with those and, just like some meals that I just come up with on the spot. I do movie reviews. The last couple of reviews I've done are horror movies. I saw Weapons a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely loved it. exceptional, one of the top horror movies of the year. To me, it cracked through in my top five horror movies. It is just such a pocket of what I love to watch when I watch a scary movie. I've been looking for that scare that I felt watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre the first time when I was 14. And this movie it wasn't so close to that, but it was definitely the feeling that I had been looking for. And my review is on there. I also have a letterbox. I don't remember what the letterbox name is, but I know I have some links up, definitely on this page or my IG page. And yeah, I've been social mediaing. That is not a word, but I just made one. I've been social mediaing for a while. And the last couple of years, I've really just kind of took my time and get back out there. And it's been really fun. And it's been really fun to meet people who also feel the same way I do. Totally. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. I also recently just before I go, I got to share this cuz I found again just like scrolling through live, right? I I found this channel, they sell crystals. And I think they're based out of California or perhaps China. And the way that they sell their crystals and the way that they like do like live scoops on their page, it reminds me of jewelry television, but just jewelry television on basically crack. It is so fun. I watched it for like 40 minutes trying to fall asleep. I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it. The energy, the way that the salespeople like produce themselves, the way that they all work together, the way that they do it, like it's repetitive. They do the same thing over and over. It's like just this extremely just like hypnotizing. Just watching these people buy crystals like rose quartz or tiger eye or whatever. I recently just ran into their channel and I love them. It's really fun. It's a really good way to just like it's really loud, but it's also a really good way to relax. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just how my crazy brain works. But I put a couple of links up here and there about their channel and no, it's a good time. If you want to waste about 30 minutes just watching people buy really pretty shiny rocks on the internet, I don't know anywhere else better to go. Now, let's see. Hi, Ebes. Hello. It's good to see you. Thank you for hopping in. Yeah, this is my first live stream ever. So the fact that I'm just live streaming at all, I'm just proud. Sorry about all the communication and in chat issues and getting to this stream, but I'm so happy you're here. I was just kind of going over the ins and outs of like me and kind of like my online presence and kind of what I want for the future. And that's something else that I've talked to Mike about is like when you stream and when you start to do this as a hobby, like I know that I keep it in like a hobby place because that's the best place for me to be able to manage it. Whenever I would like, if I ever got monetized or anything like that, then it would start to feel kind of like a job. And then if it feels like a job, sometimes it can feel like a chore. So for me, that's why I want to keep it as open and just as just as free and as when I want to, as much as I can. But then you want to all the time, and then you're like always like live streaming or doing something like this, and so like the balance I think is important for me. But in all aspects of my life right now, I'm figuring out all balances. How's everybody's day? Everybody had a good day? It's Labor Day. I know like I've worked a lot of jobs that doesn't really mean anything, but it was nice to have today off. It was nice to have a good weekend. I worked on Saturday, but it was pretty simple. Um, Well, I started live streaming at first in my office because I was just honestly testing it, and then it was like, let's go, and I was like, oh, okay, we are just like jumping off here, and I was like, whoa, I gotta wait. My office is too dirty. It cannot be streamed. All right, let's get some loving for the babies. So that's Gabby over there. Gabby, hi. Hi, Gabs. He is about 1.5, over 1.5, like 1 3/4 years old. He's a big boy. We got him from a friend of a friend, and he just kind of lit up our world. At first, we thought he was a girl, but then we went to the vet and found out that he was a boy. But we kept the name Gabby just because he's real talkative. He meow 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 meows. We call him Gabron on a daily basis, which is a offshoot of the word cabron in Spanish, which is a lovingly way to say jackass. And so we just kind of ran with that. And then through Lil. There's my black kitty. She's cool. She's like the Daria of our family, which is awesome. You always want to have like kind of like a stubborn, stuck up know-it-all around. I mean, I definitely do. I know it makes me feel better in the day. But if that's Daria, then he is Quinn, Daria's sister. Even though he's a boy, that's Daria, that's Quinn, and that's how they work. We got them a water fountain because I heard that cats prefer like running water, and he loves water. All of his tiger DNA in him will just sink right into the bath. He loves being wet. He has no problem with it. So he'll sit there and just hug the fountain. He'll just sit there and hug the fountain for like moments at a time. You can see you get his little tongue in there. There's my other living room corner. There's some more art from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. It's all religious centered, but it's really beautiful. Yeah, man. My apartment is dope. We've been here for a few years. I really love it. I will never not have an island. I got spoiled with an island. So all my kitchens have to have an island, and especially since I cook so much, it's just an open space is so important. We looked at some houses a couple of times just to kind of see what's going to be good for our family when we decide to purchase. And if you don't have a good kitchen, oh, I feel bad for you, bro. Oh my goodness, it's been over 30 minutes and I've been live streaming just talking to you guys. This is awesome. I feel great doing this. This is gonna be cool. Have no idea when I'm doing the next one. I work this week. I have a couple days off, and then there's gonna be some traveling in my future. I can't believe it's September. This summer just ran through. After Lil got sick, and I started working, it just was like bye bye. I had a whole list of goals I wanted to do this summer. Things like make a fruit pizza, or like go out to eat kind of late night, like have like a 1 o'clock adventure kind of thing. I didn't get to any of them. But the one thing that wasn't on my list of goals, getting a job, I did do. So I kind of at this place where I'm like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that I had a list of kind of just like arbitrary goals, and I actually did something I needed to do this summer. So Yeah, man, it was a hot summer here. It was just consistently like 80 or 90 degrees for like 3, 4 weeks in a row. And that's just irregular here. Like, it's hot, it gets warm, but that was just kind of like, oof. I used to find myself being the last person talking about the weather and such, but when it's that hot constantly, it's like, well, we all have one thing we can agree on around here. It's way too damn hot. Rent's too damn high. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. I got 5 more minutes. Any questions, comments, concerns? What do you guys want to know? There's my HelloFresh box I don't take out. That's great. Oh no, why clean up your apartment when you want to go live? Why do that? I clean up my apartment on my working days, not my days off. Tonight I made Chesapeake Bay burgers, cheeseburgers with Old Bay aioli and potato bites and corn on the cob. It's the most frou-frou way to say I made burgers for dinner. Oh man. That's one thing about my food page that always cracks me up is like I take it so extremely seriously and I'm just like, I just made cheeseburgers. It's just made cheeseburgers. But it sells when you have a like aioli. What an upgrading from mayo. It's the same thing, guys. Same thing. But it just sounds so much better and expensive. You know, you go to those burger places and they have all like stools and metal and wood everywhere. You know, you're not walking out of there without paying $30 for a beer and a burger. Those places are awful. No offense if you guys are into that, but I try to avoid those places as much as possible, which means I really don't go downtown to eat a lot. All right. Well, this was awesome. I'd like to try to do this maybe sometime another time this week. I'll let you guys know. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna figure out how to make this public. It's a pretty good stream. I mean, I didn't like stumble in front of my social security number or anything. Whoops! Oh no! Just kidding. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna like run into something like super important and like have my checkbook out or something and be like, no, don't look unless you want to donate, please. And then I guess next time I'll get my Cash App out, but that's not really what I was here for today. All right. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, stay cool, stay warm. Much love. Party on. And I can't wait to do this again. And I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. I'm going to go ahead and exit out. All right, Gabby. Look at look at my Gabrone in the sunshine. Look at that. Oh, look at that sunny baby. He's like on a spotlight. Can't even. All right, guys. All right, take care. All right, party on.